ImAllexx, one of the biggest commentary YouTubers, has came to a cancellation. Now, I'm so excited about this because I never liked ImAllexx. I always hated him since the slazo incident all those years ago. Now, Alex is known for a lot of things like reaction videos, selling merch about being gay maybe, bi. Also, his tongue is a bit too big for his mouth. So he has problems speaking sometimes because he has a big tongue.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up.
I think of him if like Daffy Duck became a commentary YouTuber. It gives off the same vibe really. But a lot of YouTubers he has collaborated with and been in groups over the years have been coming out and talking about the situation. Willingly, memeulous, the people he was in e-boys with have even came out with a statement, which I didn't think they would, to be honest. Because they haven't spoke to ImAllexx in years, and obviously there's a good reason for that. And it's just crazy that these people play such a moral high ground. Every little thing anyone does bad, they're like, that's bad, and then a clip comes out of this guy saying the N-word. And I am planning to make a video on the whole situation, but it seems a bit too early as there's still a lot of information coming out. Just recently another person has came out, so I just want to leave that alone for a while. But before I dive into that topic, I just want to talk about the YouTubers who came out against him because I find it very interesting. Now, a person I didn't think who was going to comment on this whole situation that actually did was Willingly. So Willingly and Alex used to collab a lot. They were in the e-boys together. They used to make collab videos where they'd react to stuff, and they seemed like pretty good friends. But over the past year or two, they slowly stopped making videos together until they just stopped altogether. And I don't know if that was to do with anything. But let's read what Willingly said. Firstly, I really hope Alice is doing well and commend her massively for having the courage to get that out there. As Mia mentioned, there was rumours of his behaviour earlier last year. Myself and a few others haven't contacted him since or been his friend for even longer. So he's saying that they haven't contacted him in years since they knew about that, and they haven't been his friend before they even knew about that because he doesn't seem like a nice guy. The severity of this abuse that Alice published was far worse than anything I'd heard being discussed. The Google Drive is abhorrent and what he put her through is inexcusable. I mean, I'm very nosy, so I want all the deets of why they stopped talking in the first place. Like, was he mean? Did he say something to Willingly? Did he go, Willingly, I'm gonna bash your head, Willingly, I'm gonna bash your head across the pavement? Or was it just like, he's not that nice, so they just stop talking? I don't know, but that's the first interesting thing I've came across. He does talk about Mia's response. Mia is Willingly's ex-girlfriend of like 6 months. They were together the whole way through. Will kind of knew Alex. Mia said, this is something I have been aware of since May last year, and it's something that, in my opinion, is well known throughout the industry. I can't speak for people who aren't in our group or who I don't see regularly, but the openness at which this was discussed amongst people last year, I genuinely find it hard to believe that creators close to Alex had no idea what was going on. When I found out Alex and I were signed to the same talent agency, I immediately made them aware of these accusations and put pressure on them to drop him, which they did. From the documents in the drive, it looks like things escalated even further from what I was aware of. Emotional abuse, threats of violence, use of racial slurs, which is so heartbreaking. I don't know Alice personally, but sending her so much love and support. That's a really spicy bit of information because a lot of YouTubers in the scene still did talk to ImAllexx and make videos with him up to like 2 days ago. So it's very, very weird. The next person who put out a response is memeulous. He says, I'm aware of the Alex situation. I would usually wait until both parties have said their side publicly before speaking about it, but I think the evidence here is overwhelming. I spent the morning reading what Alice has written and going over the evidence she's provided, and no one should have to go through what she has. It's awful and disturbing and has seriously shocked me. I'm still processing what happened. This is one of the worst situations I have ever seen in my life, and I hope Alice is okay. It took a lot of courage to speak out about this. So I think Alex's career is dead because he stood on a moral high ground for years, being like, you can't do this, don't do that, like criticizing people for so long, when behind the scenes he's just as bad as the people he's criticizing, if not worse. And as I'm recording this, there's even more accusers coming out. 10 minutes ago, there's been the third accuser. The third accuser hit the building. Hopefully that's it. There's been a lot more influencers come out, but they're just kind of generic cookie cutter statements, and they're not really as close to him as Willany, memeulous and all were. One person who hasn't had a statement yet is James Marriott, who was also a big part of the whole ImAllexx come up. So I wonder what he will say about the situation, if he has to add anything else, because I just hope he releases like a massive Google doc of like what ImAllexx has done to him. That'd be sick. But there's one person who's got themselves into drama by talking about this, and he goes by the name iNabber. Now there's two commentary YouTubers I hated back in the day, and it was ImAllexx and iNabber. And iNabber put out about 22 Instagram stories talking about how he had no clue about the whole Alex thing. Guys, he didn't know, because he was collaborating with Alex like up to the cancellation. He just wrote so much about how he didn't know that Alex was doing all this stuff. But then iNabber's ex-girlfriend came out and said that he did know, and that he's also racist and mean, which is just gold. It just shows all these commentary YouTubers that stand on this high horse being like, I'd never do anything like this guy's bad. Behind the scenes are all, they don't care about what they're talking about, like me right now. I've done stuff worse than ImAllexx, and I'm talking about it like I haven't, even though I've done some stuff. But it's just funny to be like, guys, I swear didn't know anything about this is crazy, guys, and just 22 pages of being like, guys, I didn't know. And it comes out that, oh no, he knew. He definitely knew. And there's been some great memes about this whole situation, so let me just show some of my favorites.
Well, just me, and that's something you really
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the